Welcome, class. Dr. Rosie here. Hope all you're doing well and not panicking and just relaxing a bit. As you know, school has been closed. All the instructors, what we've been doing is translating our courses to online. And you're in luck because, as I've told you many times, I have been teaching online for over 16 years. So it was not a big deal for me to take our class and put it into the online environment, which is Canvas. Now, I have successfully done that. Everything is in there, and I'm now providing you with this PowerPoint to help you navigate the classroom. I'm not sure if any of you have ever done online classes, but with this particular presentation, you'll become a pro. What I'm also going to do is, once I've recorded this, I'm going to embed it in the classroom, and I'll show you where, so you can refer to it if you need. And also I'm going to put in this particular PowerPoint that in case you want to just refresh yourself with something, you can just go back to that slide without my voice, okay? But I decided to record my voice because I know you're all missing me. So, navigating our classroom. Here we go. First step. When you open up the Canvas classroom, this is the first screen that you see. This is called Home, okay? And it's up here, and that's why it's in black and the rest of these are in blue. And you're going to see the first section. Everything is divided into modules, and what a module is just a list of things that pertain to that particular week or section or whatever. In our case, it's going to be by weeks. So the first week, we're starting off with the introduction, and usually the introduction is just general information, and that's what it is. This is the updated syllabus, and this is the PowerPoint, which is this presentation without my voice, and then underneath here will be the video version of this PowerPoint. Now, if you click on any of these, you'll go somewhere else. You'll go to another screen. So if you click on here, you will go to the updated syllabus. And here we go. So that syllabus I gave you at the beginning, well, I didn't give it to you. I posted it in the Canvas classroom under files. That is no longer valid. This is the new syllabus. And somebody said to me, I added assignments. I did not. They are the same exact assignments. It's just that some of the assignments that would have been done in class now have to be done on an online, in the online environment. So it's just a little bit different, and I'll explain what I mean. Whoops. The first thing that I wrote here is Essay 3, Compare and Contrast. Again, this is not new. This is the essay you should have had ready last week when we came back from spring break. And so you've had this extra time, and so that's why I'm saying submit it by 3/26. Remember now the class starts up again on 3/23. And the online world, just like the regular classroom, operates on a weekly basis, starts on a Monday, ends on a Sunday. So the other assignment that is going to be due at the end of next week will be the essay, the topic approval. Now this you would have done in the classroom, that's correct. You would have signed a piece of paper telling me, but now we have to translate that into the online world. The thing that we may not have had is reading and participation in a discussion. But wait, yes, we would have been doing that in the classroom. You would have been in the groups. I would have assigned each class, each table a story, one of the stories, and one of the essays, I mean, in the book, and you would have discussed the questions and responded. In this case, in this online world, I'm just picking one of the stories, one of the essays, the one by Janet Kornblum. You're going to read it, and then you're going to participate in the online discussion. Don't panic. I'm going to show you what that means in a second. And then at the end of each week, I always put what the coming up week is going to require you to do for homework. So begin research for essay number 4, which is our argument, and then what's the other thing here? Identify 3 sources. Okay, we'll talk more about that. So now let's get out of here. Let's go back to the classroom, back to home. Okay, and from introduction, we move down to week 12, module 1. I know that that says 2, but that's been corrected. So these are all of the items that will make up our week. Yes, they look like more than what we would have done in the classroom. However, what I have provided, and I've circled the little icons. Whenever you see this sort of like a paper clip, that's a file. And so we have 3 files attached to this week. What are they? I have an argument PowerPoint explaining how to put together an argument. I have the complete instructions for the argumentative essay. Again, this would have been what I would have been writing on the board, what I would have been discussing with you, and you would have been taking notes. And then the final file that I attached is more of a in-depth of how to put the argument together, what you should consider, what you should not consider. So that's why I put these 3 X's here. These are not assignments. This is just additional information, informative information for you to use as you complete your final essay. So now we do have, this is like 2 boxes here, and that's the discussion. That's going to be done here in the online world. This is essay number 3. That's the compare and contrast that you need to submit. And if you notice that the icon is a little bit different for submit, it looks like a little box with a pen on it. And this is another assignment down here that needs to be submitted. But before I jump ahead, let's start at the top. Discussion. You click on here, and what are you going to get? Well, you will get what I expect you to do for the discussion. And each one of the discussions in the classroom for weeks 12, 13, 14, and 15 all look the same. The first line is the essay I expect you to read. The next section is the discussion question. Okay, this is the question I want you to think about, and then I want you to do a reply to that question. The first thing I want you to do is to write an initial response. That's your response of at least 150 words. And then what will happen is underneath here you'll have a bunch of posts that will appear from your peers. And you just pick 2, and you can do that with about 100 words, which is not a lot. And I don't want you to write something like, I agree. I want you to make comments and have a discussion. What we would have done in the classroom. Okay. And here I have an example of, because I said to use lines from the essay, here I have an example of how to do the proper MLA formatting when you're using the lines. Okay. So you just click on reply. Boom, you're done. Now, this is worth 20 points. Okay. Your initial response is worth 10. And each of these posts is worth 5 points, totaling 20. Please do not just blow off this discussion. Make sure that you take care of it, because it's actually worth 80 points. And again, that's close to a letter grade. So if you're concerned about passing this class with an 80, with at least a C, do not miss out on this. This is the easy peasy part of the classroom. All right, now let's go back to home. Okay. And we can just click back home. And this is what you're going to see when you click on, let me go back a second. When you click on reply, this is the text box that is going to be open. And so you respond to that question in this box. And excuse me, and make sure that do not leave this screen unless you click on here, post reply. As soon as you post a reply, you should get a message. Also, go back to all the posts and make sure that you see your name there. It's instantaneous. It doesn't take long for it to load. So make sure you check. Okay, let's go back to home and let's talk about this. Essay number 3, compare and contrast. As I said, click on here, and this is the assignment that would have been due when we came back from spring break. So I'm showing you how to actually submit the assignment. You click on the button Submit Assignment. You click on Browse and find your file. You click on Open. And this is basically what you would do to just attach anything. And I'm sure many of you have done that. So let's click on Submit Assignment, and this is the box that you get. And you notice you now have to upload a file. So what do? You click on Browse. Notice right now that this says no file selected. That means you have not attached a file yet. When you click on Browse and browse your computer screen, your desktop, you click on the actual file, and then it will load. And what will happen is this phrase here, no file selected, will go away, and what will appear there will be the name of your file. Once you see that, click on Submit Assignment. Once that occurs, up here you'll see a green box and a words that will say that your submission has been successful. Okay, let's go back. Whoops. All right. So, okay, we did that. We did that. Now let's go back to home. Again, we've done a discussion. And let's talk about the final assignment. Okay, so we know now that this is a discussion that has to be done here in the classroom. I showed you how to submit that assignment that you've already completed. And now we're going to talk about the argumentative essay topic. As I said, click on it, it'll open up, and this is the explanation. These are my taboo topics right here. You cannot select one of those. As soon as you decide, click on Submit Assignment, and you come to this screen. Once you get to this screen, this is a text entry, which means that you type in the box. And once you've completed the topic and your 2 sentences explaining why, click on Submit Assignment. Again, up here, you will get that green box that will say that your assignment has been successfully submitted. Okay, now, I don't want to harp too much on what's coming up, but when you go down to week 13, there's a discussion. You're going to submit an assignment. There's the assignment icon. You're going to send me your 3 sources. I put in a PowerPoint here on how to create a works cited page, which will help for this. Week 14, again, we're doing a discussion. And no assignments to do, but you're working on your essay, so I've included a sample essay. And week 15, you're doing a discussion, and you have 2 assignments due. Okay, one is the essay number 4, which is the argument, and of course the PowerPoint presentation of the argument. I will talk more about that in the coming weeks. I'm also going to include in the classroom an example of how to put that presentation together. And then finally, we come to the end of class, which is the final exam. And that's just going to be an essay, no fuss, no muss. And then, of course, the class participation. What I mean by this is I had to include the time that we've actually spent in the classroom from weeks 8 to, I guess, 10, which was before spring break. So if you have attended every single class, you're going to get a full 80 points. If you've missed any classes, you'll get less than 80 points. I'll just subtract a specific number. But you will know that shortly, because when you go to click on grades, you will get this screen, and everything that we have done will be loaded. I'm not going to do that right now. I'd probably do it over the weekend. I was more concerned about getting the classroom all set up. So other than that, of course, you know, if you click on here, you can send a message. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, that's all, folks. Relax. The semester is almost over. Remember, if you need me, call me, text me. I am readily available. I'm not leaving my house. I am self-quarantining just for the fact that I just don't want to be around people and I don't want to catch anything. So, have a great day and don't panic. Bye-bye for now.